I've logged a lot of hours in Sunday school, listening to sermons and reading the Bible for myself, but with all my familiarity with the Bible, I found that I have certain paradigms that actually keep me from hearing what the biblical authors want me to hear. So how do we decide which paradigms are helpful and which ones we need to get rid of? And along the way, how do we keep an open mind? This is Bible Project, our process.
For people who have the conviction that the truth about the world and about God and ourselves is revealed in Jesus and through the Scriptures, it's very easy for us to confuse the whole truth with my current understanding of that truth. But the opposite is the case. I should assume that my grasp of the real truth about the world is just very small and needs to grow and expand. One of the biggest challenges that all of us have in reading and trying to understand the Bible is the challenge to actually hear what the biblical authors are trying to say, and not just importing my own ideas into the Bible. We don't realize how much our unexamined assumptions actually determine what the Bible can and cannot say to us. It's a lot like, I have little boys, and I still remember how when they first went into the tool shed and saw my hammer, one of my sons was convinced it was a shovel. And so he spent about a week using the hammer to dig out in the dirt. And then, of course, I found all of this out by discovering it rusting in the mud. And then it was a process of re-educating him to discover what it's actually for. And I have gone through that process with the Bible so many times over. A good example is the assumption we often bring to the Bible that it's somehow like a moral rule book of divinely approved behavior. And so when we turn to all of the stories about characters in the Bible, what we expect to find are moral examples of like people that you should be like to make God happy, or something like that. But the problem, of course, is when you actually read the stories about the people in the Bible, almost all of them are involved in murder and sex scandals. I mean, they're not people you actually want to be like most of the time. And again, that's our assumption that the Bible is a moral handbook driving that, when in fact, the biblical authors put these characters in front of us as like mirrors for self-learning and self-critique. To help us learn about just how complicated and screwed up and amazing we are. And so that's the biggest risk that all of us have in reading and trying to understand the Bible, is to make sure we're actually hearing what the authors are communicating, not just what I want to hear. Being a follower of Jesus and a student of the Scriptures is actually about having the habit of open-mindedness, to hear the Scriptures say things I've never even thought to think before, and to learn new things from the world around me. And to me, that's the most exciting thing about becoming a lifelong learner and student of the Scriptures, is that process of discovery of a lifetime that lay before all of us. It's awesome.